As the facilitator of a student task force that's focused on solving a parking problem on campus, I'd open the meeting by stating outcomes or expectations. At the meeting kickoff, I'd present a problem statement or pose a question to the group. For example, suppose the problem is the lack of parking, and there's an extremely high number of parking tickets, resulting in significant frustration for commuter students and faculty and staff. I'd make it clear that we're tasked with devising a solution that improves or simplifies parking for commuters and faculty or staff. Using the nominal group technique for making a group-based decision. The nominal group technique for making decisions is a four-step process for getting consensus from individuals on several ideas requiring a group-based decision. Knowing that the process requires full participation to be successful, all attendees are expected to participate equally with discussions around the generation and prioritization of ideas for a solution. Having set the stage to begin, I'd implement the four nominal group technique steps as follows. First, we generate ideas. While distributing index cards, I'd instruct participants to jot short and concise phrases geared towards devising solutions to the parking problem. And I'd make it clear that anything goes here. There should be no prejudging or choosing between ideas before they are presented to the task force for consideration. Further, and to grant idea makers enough time to record ideas, I'd ask participants to put their pencils down when they feel they've had adequate time for thinking. I'd stroll around the room quietly observing and monitoring while ideas flow. Second, we'd record ideas. The goal here is to make all ideas available for all to see by writing them on a chart or whiteboard. Each task force member would be asked to present ideas briefly, and participants should be encouraged to generate new or modified ideas that are triggered by others. We'd proceed serially until all ideas are gathered and written down without any discussion or debate over the ideas. Third, we'd discuss the ideas. The step useful for clarifying ideas and eliminating misunderstandings is where the group has time to briefly discuss each idea. Lastly, we'd vote ideas. After having spread out all the ideas across charts or whiteboards, and after establishing criteria for prioritizing ideas, I'd hand out 5 index cards to each participant. Task force members would be given clear instructions on how to prioritize their top 5 meaningful ideas. We'd tally and prioritize votes with the goal of gaining consensus. The idea with the highest overall priority rating should be the one favored by the task force. Using the standard agenda technique for making a group-based decision. The standard agenda technique is a tried and true 6-stage process for group-based discussions towards problem solving and decision making. Once again, and as with the nominal group technique, the task force would be given a clear understanding of the issue at hand with opening statements. To begin, I'd implement the 6 standard agenda technique stages as follows. First, we define the problem. The problem could be defined as a matter of policy, such as why are there so many parking tickets? What can be done to encourage resident students with cars to modify behaviors so that more parking is available to commuters and faculty and staff? Or the problem could be stated as a matter of fact. What are the current requirements for commuters and faculty staff to find parking on campus? This step allows for all task force members to agree on the problem that's to be solved. Second, we'd gather, analyze evidence and information. In order to improve something, it needs to be measured. Perhaps we'd poll students, faculty, staff, and campus police. We can gather information that's related to the number of parking tickets issued by campus police, how many parking complaints are lodged to campus police, or how many parking slots are registered to resident students. Third, can establish criteria for a solution, knowing that the desired future state should look like and guide us towards solutions that improve the parking problem. In our parking problem example, where there might be many parking tickets issued or parking complaints lodged, should we expect a noticeable decline in the number of parking tickets issued or the number of parking complaints reported? Should the number of available parking slots for commuters, and faculty or staff increase? Fourth, we generate and evaluate solutions. We brainstorm ideas for solutions based on the data that was gathered in stage 2. And the value and importance of ideas should be measured against the criteria that was established in stage 3. Fifth, we'd select and implement the best solution or decision. All options are tested in what-if scenarios. When there's no one solution that clearly surfaces as the best to solve the problem, the task force should deliberate on the pros and cons of each option. Sixth, we'd monitor the decision. Monitoring helps determine the effectiveness of the solution implemented, and it may serve to reveal any unintended side effects of the chosen solution. It's like more data and evidence gathering. We'd want to confirm, are the students' and faculty staff's perceptions about parking improved? Have parking complaints and the number of parking fines been reduced? Comparison of the nominal group technique to the standard agenda technique. While both techniques provide a good structure to follow, the standard agenda technique is my preference, as that's the technique I'm trained to focus on. A lot of my information technology work focuses on setting policy and data gathering. As a result, the majority of our decisions are data-driven, so we gather and analyze evidence and information to help guide us through solutions. In other words, we measure data, we implement solutions, we monitor or measure again. In a nutshell, my preferred technique is the data-driven continuous improvement process. However, I've had the benefit of seeing the nominal group technique in action. I've seen where it's helpful, particularly in cases where a decision needs to be made quickly. Oftentimes, the steps for the standard agenda technique can result in a painstakingly slow process. The nominal group technique is appropriate when we're looking to restore a customer's services quickly and there's little or no time to deliberate on a solution.